Greetings, YouTubers. This is Hellshade2, and this video is entitled Global Warming. Now, friends, this is a big issue these days. Very big issue. Right up there next to the big oil scams that have been going on with our oil companies making record profits these past few years. Anyway, forget the oil thing right now. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about global warming today. You know, and I saw a video recently by the angryaussie about it. If you haven't heard of the angryaussie or seen his channel, he's got some interesting stuff over there, so you might want to check him out. But regardless, back to global warming here a second. It's quite, shall we say, I don't know, annoying isn't a good enough word. I can't think of a good word right now, but when it comes to global warming, you have to really wonder what people are thinking, okay? Because there's clear evidence that something is happening, okay? Now, I'm no scientist or anything, but there is, trust me, I'm no scientist. This is an opinion, basically, but you'll see where I'm getting at. The ice caps are melting. They're saying there's a problem for polar bears now, too, because there's not enough ice for them to travel around to the different parts different islands in the chains, I guess, out there where they frequent and able to feed on seals and whatever else they eat out there. The glaciers are melting. There are glaciers that are melting. They like in Alaska, the glaciers are receding. They're melting. Now, and this is a clear indication that things are getting warmer. Okay. Now, there seems to be two main sides to this when it comes to the deniers and the people who believe in the global warming. Now, some type of warming trend is obviously going on. Otherwise, glaciers and ice caps wouldn't be melting like they are. But is it global warming, or is it what these people, the deniers, are trying to say is what they call, it's just a warming trend. It's a cycle that the Earth is going through. Okay? That's all it is. It's not global warming. It's not going to last forever. Now, this is the point I want to make, okay, which seems to have gone over even the heads of a lot of these deniers, okay? Either they know it and they just don't want to look at it, okay, or they just haven't looked into it enough and gone, holy shit, what the fuck am I thinking, But this is what the point is. Global warming, I guess, is more of a more permanent thing. Okay, where it could go on last for thousands of years, okay, in a planetary scale. Planet's temperature rises a couple of degrees and creates all types of havoc with, weather patterns and hurricanes, tidal waves, deserts forming, things of that nature, because of changing weather patterns. But the deniers that say it's not global warming, it's just a warming cycle. Now, I have to ask this question. Maybe somebody else has. I don't know, okay? I know I'm taking a little time getting to this, so if you still here, I appreciate it. But how long does a warming cycle last? Okay? If you have enough evidence to say that it's not global warming, then you should have enough evidence to say then how long does a warming cycle last? Does a warming cycle last 20 years? 50 years? 100 years? 200 years? How long exactly does a warming cycle last? Okay? If a warming cycle is going to last 200 years, then excuse me for saying this, it's the same thing as global warming effectively. Okay? In 200 years' time, okay, if you don't do something to try and stave off the effects of what is still which is still effectively global warming, maybe just on a shorter time scale, okay, the effects are still going to be the same in the short term, and it's going to destroy populations, governments, it's going to turn things to chaos because it's going to change weather patterns and cause greater disasters, most likely, like greater hurricanes, more tidal waves, earthquakes, who knows, But still, nobody wants to do it because they say it's not global warming, it's just a warming cycle. Well, excuse me for saying it, but if that warming cycle is going to last freaking decades or hundreds of years, it amounts to the same thing as global warming. And I don't understand why people don't fucking realize this. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Like again, I'm going to state I'm not a scientist. Maybe what I'm talking about here has been disproven already. I don't know if somebody has any information on that. Pass it along. I'll be happy to look at it. I like looking at things, articles like that, science, things that are interesting, and this is a point of interest these days. So, anyway, uh, that's pretty much what I wanted to say on the subject. And I'm probably rambled a little bit because I don't make a script here or anything. I just fly off the top of my head, and whatever I'm thinking about at the moment. So that's what it is. And this is what I'm thinking so far about this whole global warming. It's not global warming. It's a warming cycle bullshit that's been going on. You know, the planet's just going through a warming cycle. Yeah, thanks. Well, if that warming cycle lasted fucking 200-300 years, we're still fucked with global warming because it amounts to the same damn thing. You know. And with that, I'll leave you all to ponder that situation. Have a great day.